Hi everybody, welcome back to Bonsai Down Under. First of all, I'd like to thank all the people that have subscribed to the channel already and to support me for it. Thanks a lot for that, and I hope you get something out of the videos that I make, and share it with somebody else that that might like the love of plants and you know, so we can all grow together and have fun with the bonsai hobby. Rightio, first of all I'd like to share a pot that I received in the mail. So I bought this pot online. It's obviously been made, so it's really quite nice. It's got some nice detail in it. Later on I'll do a zoom in on it for you and I'll show you the detail that's on the pot. So it's nicely glazed, and one of my first bonsais that I ever established and bought from a guy at one of our markets. Yeah, and it's Djibouti Carver, and it was quite a tiny plant when I first got it, and so it's a bit more established and on its way to being a bonsai now. So like I said, I'd like to put my plants in the bonsai pots when they get more established. So yeah, so that might be going there in the future, and we'll do a potting of that, and that'll be exciting. Yeah, and our new addition, I have my logo up now. So that's the Bonsai Down Under logo. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. It really brings the wall to life a little bit more. Maybe I'd like to get a black sheet up here later when we're filming in close with the trees. So today we've got two trees. They've been in these pots for about 2 years. Not really pots. They were little trays, little meat tray things I got. And I thought, you know, when I first started with bonsai, I looked online a lot and followed a few people online, and the thing was, the major thing they reckon with it is to basically get your roots established. So I can't put that across enough. When you first start out, that's what you want to really concentrate on, is these roots, getting them established. So I've had these two here. I'm not sure what this one is here. I don't remember the name of it, and I don't have the tag anymore, but maybe somebody online might be able to tell me what it is. But it's got a really unique base to it. So it'd be interesting to see later on how it develops. But these need to come out of these now, because they've been in them for 2 years. So that one there, and I have a mango too, which has got quite a unique little bend to it. It hasn't developed a lot more growth up here, so I think it might be suffering inside here now, and it might need to be put into a bit more of a deeper system. So like I said, I've been putting all of my young ones in these. I buy these strainers, and they're brilliant, and so they get nice aeration, and then more ramification happening inside them. So yeah, I think these will do a lot better if we put them in them now, and now we're in spring. It's a good time, like I said, to do your repotting and to have a look at your roots. So we'll have a look at that, and that's what's happening today with these two plants here on Bonsai Down Under. So we'll be back soon, and we'll see you. Righto, let's have a look at this mango. Pull him out of the pot and see what we'll have a look at these roots after 2 years. All right, so let's get this out and have a look at it. All right, just bear with me. We'll just pull this out of here. It'll just slide out of here. Yeah. Okay. And these are all falling apart now. That was just an experiment with them, and I think just to see how that root system would go, being in a shallower pot. So we'll just rake this out. It's got dead moss on the top. Yeah, it hasn't. It sort of hasn't been growing much. So I feel as though it needs now to be in a little bit of a deeper soil, and to see where we're at with it. So we'll give it a nice rake here. Yeah. So yeah, look at that. We got all these lovely feeder roots. They're so fine, and that's what I was aiming to get. Putting it in that pot, those shallow pots like that, which they're a good idea to get a established root system happening. Yeah, so I feel as though I might start some of my younger ones in that sort of a system, because it's shallow and they sort of just got to ramify in that smaller area of soil that you give them. So yeah, it's I'm actually quite happy for what we got there with the root system. We'll just rake out some of these. But yeah, like I said, it's time to now maybe get it into a bit more of a deeper pot, so we can keep building up that root system, and the tree's going to be a lot better for it. So yeah, so check that out. It's I will give it a wash out, and we'll I'll just give you then a couple of close-ins of it. But yeah, I'm happy for what's developed there. Nothing really big or bulbous in the roots. It's a lovely fine root system we've already established there. We've already got going. So yeah, anyway, I'll wash this out, and then we'll come in closer, and we'll do a little bit of root work on it, and we'll be back. Okay. Okay, all right, so I got a really nice close-up here. But I just want you to have a look and sort of see what's happening here. See, as we had roots coming out, and now see they hit the edge of that thing and they're coming back underneath here. We've got some really crazy ones popping back underneath. So we'll cut them away, take them, we'll have a look at all the roots. But yeah, I'm really quite happy with the root system I do have with it. So we will rake out first. What I might do is I'll just remove them first. Grab my scissors out. All right, so we'll start doing some correction on these. So what we'll do is we'll get these ones here first. That they sort of, see how they've really extended right out. That's the actual length when you pull that root out there like that. So yeah, we'll trim them back a little bit. I think that is the best to trim them back just on that straight area there before they start to curl. Like I said, there's some that'll doing that, so we'll correct all them first and get them on the right track more. That's that one. So yeah, there's but I still seem to think that was a good time to take that out of there now, because we've really got a nice as I said, there's not too many that are robust and they're taking over. I'm just correcting them, the ones that are just a little rake out here. I didn't get a before shot of this before I put this in the pot to show you. There wasn't a great deal on it. It was suffering a bit, this plant. When I first bought it from the guy at the markets, it wasn't doing too well. Now there's one here. So there's only a couple there that are actually quite robust, big than the others. I'd say so. But we'll just trim them back. So there's nothing that's, just want to get the roots that are crossing over or underneath here. Take some out from underneath here. I'll have a little rake out, see what I've got. Just to be careful too, because they're very fine, these roots, and you don't really want to damage them too much there. Now that you have a nice start on it. Now we'll just remove some of these from underneath here. So we've got a nice flat base. Another one heading downwards there. Just removing some of this underneath ones here. So we've got a nice sort of flat base there to work with. So, okay. Move that up there. Alright, so well, I don't really want to do too much there, cut too much back now. Just correcting some of those problems, those ones that were crossing underneath and heading downwards. Just a couple there. What we'll do is we'll just trim them back a bit, give them some healthy ends to grow again. So I'm not sure what sort of mango this is. You never, the guy, I never asked him what mango it is. I love the Bowen mangoes. They're lovely mangoes, and the banana mangoes too. They're nice. I hate the mangoes that got a lot of string in them. Those are the Bowens and stuff like that. You can chop them up and beautiful in summertime. You put them in your freezer. This is my goal with this plant is this little bonsai. I'd love to one day have it sitting on the table with some mangoes growing off it. So yeah. Anyway, what we'll do. So that's pretty good now. I'm not going to go any more than what that is now. Like I said, it's got this thing on here. Maybe later on when the plant gets a lot stronger and we get more of these roots more established. And all right, so what we'll do now is just I'll zoom back out and we'll get this repotted. Yeah, so you do a little bit at a time. That's all you can do. Don't go and just chop everything back straight away. You don't want to weaken the plant too much, but you want to correct those problems while it's you've got a young root system happening. And all right, we'll be back. I'll zoom out and we'll come back. Rightio, let's get this mango repotted. Okay, well what we'll do first, we'll get some soil in the bottom here of the pot. Yes, let's move the shovel. Get some leftover soil in here. Pour this one into here. Some on the base here first. Don't you love a mess, huh? Have a little mess. It's fun. Everywhere. Alright. Okay, we'll make a little mound in there. Just so we build it up a bit. Anyhow. Put our plant in here, push it down a bit. And so we're not worried about anything at the moment, like any front stuff. It's just getting established, getting it. Just rake out those roots a bit in there. Make sure they're all heading outwards. Yep. Righto. And we'll keep this, like I said, we'll keep it out of the wind for a while until those roots get established. Keep it out of the wild winds. I don't have to worry about clamping it in. Once we get all the soil in there, and it's not going to move that much, it'll be fine. Righto, we will put some more soil in here now, on the top here, holding that into place. We want this to go, fairly deep in the pot there. So those roots will bounce come out the side, and plus having it deep, a little bit deeper too, is going to stabilise it a little bit more too, without me having to tie it down for now. What we'll do now is we'll get a little poker, just give that a little poke around there, just to get that soil in between the roots, make sure it's all in between. So, someone who's, starting out with this hobby and wanting to know how to, keep your plants to a smaller size, all this system is good for the plant. So yeah, I hope you get something out of this, and you can share it to somebody else too that might like getting into plants and looking after them, because I mean, bonsai is something that it doesn't happen overnight. It's something that you carry on through your life, and you can watch and see the development of your plants, and later on down the track, when it's your time, you give them to somebody else that'll appreciate it and look after them and keep them going. So, like I said, these are young now, and this is we're going to probably look at these probably five years down the track, and just to see the different development happening and the growth that we've got of that tree, and to watch it grow is a great thing. So we will now just put a little bit more soil in there now, so that's nice and firm in there now. It's pretty good. It's not going to go anywhere really. So we've got those roots all down in there. We'll put a little bit more topsoil in. Alright. It doesn't really need to go right to the top, the soil. And, I like to dress it a little bit, just to cover that soil. This bonsai soil, I find that it retains its moisture for quite a while. I water it one day, and it's sort of, and with having the pebbles, the idea I like too, with the drainage on the top, because it keeps your soil all in nice underneath the pebbles, and keeps it more compact. The wind getting in there and blowing it around, and good drainage too. I find with the soil, it's up here in Australia, Queensland, it's a good soil to use. And like I said, if you keep your watering up to it and give it a fertilizer, the seasons when it needs, you give it a bit of a fertilizer in your springtime, and give it a little bit of liquid fertilizer, is well good too, because it sinks down into that soil with the liquid fertilizer. And bit of sea salt too is nice. They're just for the soil, improve your soil. If you put, yeah, it just keeps it enriched and keeps good root growth happening too. Like I said, I feed my plants with a little bit of sea salt, at least once a month, or something like that. And give them a nice drink of sea salt, and then I leave it for a couple of days, so I don't water it through. So it stays in there and you know, activates and gets and helps those roots to grow. So yeah, righty, yeah. Let's put a little bit of pebbles on this now. I like a little bit of pebbles on the top. Some pebbles. I think it just dresses it off a little bit nice, you know, finishes it off. Instead of just having soil there. Just quite good. I've covered up that robust piece, big lump. Yeah, yeah. So like I said, these will stay in these pots now for about another 5 years or something like that, and we'll keep them in here. It just keep improving that root system and the growth of the tree. And then that's the thing. I mean, they're a nice sized pot, for you know, for each plant basically, you know, and that's what it is. See, all these roots will eventually really thicken up inside this pot, and as they come out, they'll just dry off and they'll re-ramify more inside. So you get just a lovely fine radial root system happening with them. So air pruning is air pruning is a great way to go to get great development in your plant. All right, that's the mango done. I might just put a little rock on there too, just a bit of decoration. We've got a little bit. I don't think the moss. I'll just grab a rock here. Right. I've got some rocks here. Let's have a look. Just put a couple in around the place. Yeah. See all these rocks. You just go down onto the beach. Bit of fun just collecting them. Yeah, just put a couple of rocks in there to anchor it in. Just a little bit. Yeah, so it gets established a bit. So that's it. We'll give that a little drink and put that aside, and we'll give you with the top here. I'm not going to do too much with it. That's the thing. It's only got a couple of branches already developed here. So, but as I said, I want to strengthen up this growth more. You know, I didn't take too much off the root system because it was like I said, it was a lovely fine root system. We got some nice fine roots there getting developed. So I'm not gonna take too much because there's not much up here on the main branching and stuff like that on the top of the tree. So we want to keep that energy there still until it gets another boost up after that root system starts to get it developed and starts growing during the springtime. And in summer. So we'll leave that for a while and then we'll cut back later. All right. Okay, so I'll just put this one aside and we'll have a look at this other plant that I do have. Righty, yeah, this is just one I'm not sure on. I don't have the name of it. I'll just give this clean up a little bit of dirt here for a minute. Make that clean up. Yeah, I don't have the name of this plant. I did buy it from a nursery, and it's what I found with it is it's a bit of, the top here, it died off, so I'm sort of going to leave that there for now. And it's grew a lot of heap of new suckers. This died off before I put it inside this plastic container. Now I think that's what's improved it is when I put it inside this container to make the roots a bit more shallower and to get that finer root system happening. It's really shot off a lot of new suckers. So now I want to maybe get this into a bit more of a deeper system and to get these branching here developed a bit more. So what I found too, yeah, there's a lot of branches that shoot off everywhere with it, a lot of the suckers. So it gives you a lot of choice of later. I'm going to let them develop more, see if they grow out a bit more, and then we'll get some direction. Like I said, but for now, we want to have a look at what's happening inside the roots here, and then get this into a more of a deeper sort of pot there, like another one of these strainers. So I'll just put it in that for now until I'm happy with the size and what I want with it. I don't think it's going to be a large bonsai. This one's going to sort of be quite a miniature size bonsai. So yeah, I'll be putting it into a nice pot later on. It'll be one of my smaller bonsais. Because yeah, it's slow grower. It's we've really got a lot of new. I'll do a close up later, and you'll see all the new growth coming out of it everywhere. So, all right. So let's get it out of this container, which it's due to come out of. And like I said, see, I had moss on here. The moss doesn't like the chlorine water. You got to keep on giving it fresh water all the time. So I'm not really. That's what I said. I'm better off just putting these pebbles on the top for now, and not worrying about the brown moss, because it dies off here in the summertime. And even though what you do with it, you water it, it always sort of dies off. I'd say you've got to have it in a place where it's got a lot of nice sort of moisture happening and a little bit cooler. And the moss likes sun too. So yeah, this moss did brown it up when I get a nice flush of a nice shower come over. You know, because it's fresh water, so it loves the fresh water, and it all greens up. It tends to green up more. So maybe later on, I don't know. We'll see how we go and do a little bit of mossing, because moss is good. It encourages root system to grow more up on the top of your surface of the roots. You get more top roots happening. So anyway, let's get this out of here. The sphagnum moss is good too, so that's another thing I'm going to look at maybe. Let me put a bit of sphagnum moss on the top. So yeah, look, we got some roots, well, fine roots, I'm really happy. We'll just take this out of here and we'll rake it out here, and I'll sort of show you as we go. Make a little bit of mess. That's a bit of mess. You need a bit of mess when you're playing around with your dirt. No. Yep. So it is the same thing. It's just that yeah. Quite happy with the root system we're getting with this idea. Just slowly rake it out, because we don't want to damage anything too much with the roots. Yeah, keep a lot of those lovely finer roots and just pushing them out. They're not really that tangled up or anything like that. They're nice, and you know, as I said, they're displayed out and radial. But yeah, well, we've got a strain. I had a strainer, a bit of mesh on the bottom of this one. I haven't really worried about that mesh on the bottom of the plants when they're in these ones like this. I mean, well, if the bugs and the ants want to come in, they come in from the top anyway. You know, it's yeah. I don't see why people, you know, go and do them. You know, go ahead and do that really. Maybe when you get it more established in pots like that, you don't want the bugs. Maybe where you've got it placed too, somewhere up on a bench or something like that. It's just to stop the dirt from falling out from underneath. But when you've got an air pruning system like this, it doesn't matter if you lose a bit of dirt. So yeah, look at this. It's really, it's started to really mesh in on this screen on the bottom I got in. All the roots are starting to attach themselves. I don't want to break them all off completely. I'm just going to release that before I don't want to destroy these roots too much. So we'll cut this away, slowly release it. I don't want to damage my root system too much. There we go, that's free. Righto, look at that. Wow, this has got some, yeah, see how it's got this main one here and you've got a big hollow in the middle. You got another root system happening here and one over here with this main one. Which I thought was quite interesting with this plant. So, you know, now that we've got this established a bit more, we'll go and give it a wash out, and I will proceed and have a look at some of those roots. But yeah, I'm actually quite happy with it really. It's not, there's nothing really robust and taking over. See, there's one down here, this main one down here is shooting out. That's that main trunk line. So we don't want to really do much with that because it has feeder roots coming off it. It's not like it's not a big one that's a root that keeps growing. It's fed off. I think I cut that back, and I've gotten a lot of little feeder roots coming off that since that's been in the pot for 2 years. So we got another nice root happening out this way too now. So it's interesting, eh? It will be interesting to see its growth and see what happens. So anyway, we'll give it a wash out and we'll come back and we'll have a close up and we'll just have a look at the roots, eh? Okay, we'll see you shortly. Get rid of all this mess. There. Oops. All right, now look at that. Okay, not too bad at all. You see a lot of this is all going out. We haven't got no roots going hardly down. Like when you buy plants in these black pots, all your roots, when you buy them, all it wants to do, the roots want to hit the side and they go straight down, and that's where you end up with all of them wrapping around underneath and they go all directions being in those pots. With that flatter system I had, see, all the roots are shooting outwards. It's nice. It's a really good start to a great root system happening there for this plant. So we're just going to give it a little rake here, and then we'll just see. We'll have a look and see what we got. Which ones we need to just correct a little bit. It might be on a funny angle, not heading straight outwards. We want to just have a look at them. So everything's under, you see, it's all, we got two different roots, main big ones heading out. So there's one here that's got like, it's crossing out on a bit of a crazy angle, which we might encourage this one here to shoot out more. So I might reduce that one back and see where it takes us. That's that trunk that's going to develop another main one coming out. So now the thing is, we've got all I'm not going to do too much to this at all, really. It's pretty good. There's a couple there that may be crossing a crazy angle there. One here that comes out and goes on a bit of a weird angle. So, but it just sort of crosses over a little bit. So I think what we'll do is reduce this one back a bit. We will. Yeah. Our main one here. I don't think I'll do too much with this yet until I get some more more development happening out here. Everything seems to be righto. So we're all good with that now. So what we'll do is we'll get this repotted. Okie dokie. Let's get this in the pot. Okay. I'll get some soil in here. I'll make this finished off. Empty this one out. And back in that one. Okay. A little bit more in there. Righto. Round her up a bit more. Okay. Yep, righto, we'll get this in here. Oh, it's quite nice there. It'll be good, they'll all shoot out. Push that down a little bit. Center it a bit. Alright. Put some more in here. In here. Yep. Okay. Into there. I'll just top this up a bit. Even it out a little bit. We'll just show a little bit of that that root system happening there. But we want to just encourage that soil to go up underneath it a bit. All right. And give that a little pat down. Just feed that soil into it a bit more. Okay. Alright, so that's really improved that now. It's going to have a good start with its roots now over the springtime and the new season of growth. We're going to put some pebbles on here too, I reckon. And in there, oh, get our shovel. Yeah, pour them in there, make sure they get in there. Okay. Even them out a little bit. Oh, that's good. I said this is all in growing and getting established again now, so there's no need to really be showing anything off anywhere with the roots at the moment. It's just a little bit there will show, but we want to bury the majority of that underneath so we can get a lot more roots developing. I'd like to see a bit more in underneath there, a bit better. But we can pull it up a little bit too later on, once it gets more established. So, we'll put a few rocks in here. Bit of decoration. Decoration going on there. There we go. Alright, so that's our unknown species. A mystery plant. So if you know what that plant is, the name of that plant, some sort of, I think it's an Australian native of some sort, maybe. They're like a shrub anyway. It's like a shrub, but it's going to be interesting. Like I said, this has sort of died off. But it's still alive a fair way down. So maybe we'll get some more growth shooting off through here. So yeah, and get another leader happening, forming. So we've got a lot of that growth down low. So anyway, we'll give that a water, and that's about it for today. Like I said, I'll give you a little spin out close when we go out. So thanks everybody that's tuned in. I hope you might have picked something up or learned something there. But we'll do a recap on these in about probably 3 or 4 months. My dog's having a go at my mango there. But anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on the next video of Bonsai Down Under.